What's up, guys? It's gonna be my first YouTube video. Just gonna talk a little bit about the markets and what I think is gonna happen into next year. Obviously, this year was insane. We saw a lot of volatility in the markets. That tariff tantrum that happened in April was insane. We saw the market go from 61.50 and drop to about 48.50 within the span, I believe, of 2 months. I believe, right? I think it was 2 months or a month.
About a month and a half.
Yeah, about a month and a half, and it's just a V-shaped recovery from there. So, yeah, it was quite the year, but it was quite stomach churning seeing your long-term portfolio down like 50% during that time. And yeah, I mean, if you could stomach that, you could stomach anything going into next year. If you survive this year, you'll be able to tackle, I'd say, most markets, because it was quite stomach churning going into April and seeing that drop and then finally recovering. So yeah, I mean, it's been an amazing year. Absolutely killed it this year in terms of trading. But now diving into my thoughts for next year, right? If we can break above 7,000 early into January and hold above there, I think we have a shot at moving to 8,000 by the end of the year. If we lose 6,500 on SPX sometime next year, I think we test that previous all-time highs of 61.50, weed a lot of people out, and then see a V-shaped recovery like we did in April. So yeah, that's my thoughts on SPX. I think we could see a pretty big movement there. I'm obviously siding with the upside here, but again, as we saw this year, we need to be ready for the unexpected moves because anything can happen. In terms of Bitcoin and crypto, I think those start to slow down and cool off. I don't think they move any lower than where we're at right now. Obviously, volatility is the name of the game when it comes to crypto. Obviously, volatility is the name of the game when it comes to crypto. And we're probably gonna see crypto bottom out in Q1 and start to move aggressively going into Q2, into Q3. I think Bitcoin has a shot at seeing 200,000. I think it's very possible. And I mean, the lowest I think Bitcoin can go is probably 74K if we do end up dropping that. I don't expect it to go lower than that. Ethereum, same thing. I think the lowest we go on Ethereum is maybe 2,000. I think that's a stretch. End of year target for me for Ethereum is 6,000. I think that's very possible. And moving away from crypto, I think Chinese equities are going to lead. I have a strong feeling that BABA, XPEV, those Chinese equities are going to outperform US equities next year. So keep a close eye on that. Some other names that I'm looking out for, Tesla. I think Tesla is going to kill it next year. I think we see 700, 800 next year. They're pretty much doing everything. Robotics. They're probably going to come out hopefully with a cheaper model for their cars. Autonomous, I think, is going to be a huge theme next year. I mean, Elon just has his foot in everything. So, and with that incentive bonus package that got passed this year, he's going to take it to a $10 trillion company. I strongly feel that in the next 5 years. So yeah, I mean, we break out above 500, we see a move to 800, possibly even higher on Tesla. So keep an eye on that. Rivian, I think some of these EV companies are really starting to bottom out. I'm not a big fan of Rivian, but the chart is saying a different story here. It looks ready to finally break out and move to $40 by the end of the year. Nibius is by far my favorite name. I think high beta names like Nibius are going to perform extremely well. On the other side, the flip side of that is OKLO. Pay attention to the high beta names that are holding and the high beta names that aren't holding. The names that aren't holding are going to get crushed, right? They're going to look like NEO, like it did in the past, right? NEO, I think, moved to like $50 and it's like trading near $1. You're going to see that with a lot of these high beta names. But the names that are holding are going to perform extremely well, like Nibius. So pay close attention to the ones that are holding and the ones that aren't holding. And I think we're going to see a shift in those names being big leaders into next year. Overall, and then last thing I wanted to cover was the Fed. We're going to have a new Fed chair. Definitely going to be more dovish, favoring rate cuts. I think we see 3 rate cuts. Inflation is going to stay near 2%, teeter near 2%. And something controversial, I think the unemployment rate spikes to, 4.8 to 5.2% next year, right? And that'll incentivize the Fed to cut rates more, right? Especially if inflation is staying near 2%. Yeah, overall, some of my favorite names, again, as I mentioned, Nibius, Tesla are 2 of my favorites that I'm watching, and obviously Bitcoin and Ethereum. We'll see how those perform next year. Yeah, other than that, this upcoming year should be really interesting. I do expect it to be a lot easier compared to last year. I don't expect the huge volatile swings like we saw in April. So yeah, I'm ready to keep chugging at it. Let's see how the next year ends up being. I'm currently in Argentina. We're about to hop on a flight soon. So I decided just to record this while walking back to our hotel, ready to leave for the airport. But yeah, hopefully I continue making these videos. I love, talking about the markets. Super excited for this year. This year was absolutely life-changing. I was work with Brando for the first year, and I learned so much, and my trading has skyrocketed. It's one of the best years I've ever had in terms of performance, and I hope to keep this going, right? And help you guys, or the people that follow me on the Discord or X or whatever platform, to help you guys be able to become an independent trader, because that's the goal, right? So we'll see how the next year turns out. Just thinking back about the year. I climbed Mount Fitzroy, Patagonia, a couple days ago, and it really put into perspective a lot of things. And I'm just super grateful to be in the position that I'm in, to be able to help other traders, gain some financial freedom and get interested in the markets, because I think it's very important to do so. But most importantly, just, grateful just to be able to have a healthy body, a healthy mind, and just be able to show up every single day and try my best, attacking the market, right? It's what I love to do, right? Win or lose, love to do it, right? So yeah, let's hope the printing machines stay turned on for us next year and we continue to kill it. I'm excited to continue trading for whoever follows me, trading with you guys. And yeah, let's see if SPX can hit 8,000, Bitcoin 200,000, Tesla 800. Yeah, let's see if the market can keep going there, right? Appreciate you guys tuning in, and I will catch you guys later. Peace out from Argentina.